Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on the Dow Jones Industrial Average 60-minute chart. So this is not a daily chart or anything. And if you're not familiar with technical analysis, real quick, what 60-minute chart means is each one of these bars or candlesticks represents 60 minutes worth of price action. So this big move here that you see, or actually these three big moves right here took place during a 3-hour period as far as the chart was concerned. So that's all that 60-minute means. And this is plotted over a 1 month period. So we have from about mid-May to right here around mid-June we're looking at. And I kind of wanted to go over this because it's pretty interesting kind of what's been going on, and we'll see if we repeat history in terms of kind of making a move and then consolidating. But first, let's just start back off and look what happened back in the latter part of May. We had this kind of consolidation pattern right here where the price would drop down here to right around 8,200, and then it just get bounced back up. Drop down here again, bounce up. Drop down here again, bounce up. Drop down here again, bounce up. So right here we had 4 times where the price came down and just bounced off a certain level. However, at that same point in time, we had trouble about 3 times up here where the bears just kept knocking it down. However, on the fourth try right here, you can see that finally broke out of it, and then in that 3-hour period really made a big move and got up into above the 8600 point. In a sense, been kind of sitting there and doing the same thing. Not same thing chart wise, because this is more of a wedge or symmetrical triangle. Here is more of just a flat out channel that we're going in, but nonetheless it's the same. We're coming down and visiting the same levels as support, but at the same time bumping our heads on some of the similar price areas. So now let's get this drawn up here. So as you can see, here we have the prices we keep hitting our head on, or I mean not head, we keep bouncing off, and then right up here we have this zone of, we have once, twice there, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times over here. So as you can see, right around this 8850 point, the price will come up and just bounce its head back down. But the good part about this little consolidation pattern is the lows. Here we have one low, here we have two low, and here we have the third low. But as opposed to this, where this is just flat and not moving, our lows here are getting higher, and higher lows are always a good thing, assuming that you're a long and not a short. So the shorts, or the bears, the sellers, are holding it strong down up here, but at the same time, as time increases, the bulls are slowly pushing it up. So it'll be very interesting to see how tomorrow goes and the rest of the week. But we are in another consolidation pattern. So as I said, made a move up, sideways price action. Made a move up here, now we're back into the sideways price action. Now it's just a matter of, which way is it going to go out. And just to remind and reiterate, this is the 60-minute chart. So this is not for a long-term investor. This is not for a day trader either. This is more for kind of a intraday swing trader, or maybe even a couple-day swing trader. Those are the people that really care about, the 60-minute chart and kind of what's going on with it. But nonetheless, it's a good indicator of kind of what's going to be going on in the short term. And just very clearly, short term right now, it's more of just a wait and see, bouncing back and forth. But as I've mentioned, we are making progress in terms of making higher lows. Glancing down here at the indicators, the one thing that has me kind of a little skeptical here is we do have a negative divergence on the MACD, meaning that as we make higher highs, the MACD is making lower lows. So for example, at this point in time, this high corresponded right up in this area, and then this high corresponded with something right up in this area, and obviously this point is higher than that point, and this point corresponds with an area right up in the same area as that one right there, and yet it keeps getting lower and lower. So That's one thing to keep in mind and watch over. Now, these are just indicators, and the key thing that matters is price action, but nonetheless, it is still one of these kind of red flags that you should at least monitor and pay attention to. So that's kind of the one interesting thing. We are going sideways, but the MACD is suggesting that maybe we're going to run out of gas here and have to pull back and test this 200 period simple moving average. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. It'll be an interesting Friday, and then next week to see which way the price is going to decide to go. But once again, this was the Dow Jones. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. 60-minute chart, and hope you enjoyed and hope you learned something. Thanks for listening.